somewhere at a university student center in the UK. Hey, it's Prince of Queens, and today's video is a collaboration with 3 YouTube personalities that you should check out. I wrote the script and gave it to the 3 of them to act, so if you want to, you should check out their channels, and if you ever need Brits to read some lines for you, hit them up. All their channels will be linked in the description of this video, so without further ado, I want you to imagine 2 guys sitting in a room and then a young woman walks in. Lights.
Hey guys.
Maddie, you're late.
Yeah, I know, Umberto. I'm protesting the tube in solidarity with the workers.
What are they on about this time?
I forget. Does it matter? If we're neutral in times of appropriation, we're on the side of the oppressor. Where's the black tea?
We're giving up caffeine in the student centre for 2017. Something about ableism and students with heart conditions. But I've got half a Red Bull if you need to stay focused.
Gross. Fuck it, give it here. Byron, what on earth are you drawing?
Well, it was supposed to be Trump, but since the paper is pink and I was using the orange marker, it ended up looking rather red. So then it kind of ended up looking like some sort of American baseball team with a Native American or something. I don't think I can save it.
I reckon you can't. Why don't you make the red splotch into a sea of blood?
Always a crowd pleaser. The blood of Muslims, Palestinians, maybe black people killed by police.
We have to keep it directly relevant to Trump, as we're going to be protesting his inauguration.
Let's see. How can we make a sea of blood represent Trump officially becoming the most powerful man on earth?
Perhaps it could represent all of the migrant farm workers who can't afford tampons because of their working conditions. They are so brave.
Obviously, if I can't draw a realistic Trump, I'll have a bit of trouble with that.
Well, it could represent the blood of the LGBTQAI community.
But won't people end up thinking of AIDS? That's icky.
How about I just draw a picture of a stick figure wearing a British flag t-shirt lying down with blood coming from him with a word bubble coming from it that says #NotMyPresident.
You're getting closer, but wouldn't that already be somewhat implied because we're British? I mean, he really actually isn't our president anyway.
It could say, "Not my king."
Guys, I think I need to take a break. The marker is drying out anyway. Did anything interesting happen this week to either of you?
Oh, goodness. My mum asked me if I would be willing to take out my septum piercing because my grandparents are going to be staying with us over the weekend. They're in town for her birthday. I told her I would, just so long as I could put my protest safety pin through in its place.
Oh, you mean like Dakota, the gender terrorist?
Oh, right, I didn't think of that. I wouldn't want anybody to think I'm copying Zim. Anything happen to you?
I visited the local mosque in my neighbourhood to try and deliver some information about Black Lives Matter UK, but they ended up yelling at me and chasing me away. It was hard to understand the guy because he had a really thick accent, but he was saying something about his people not being African slaves. He was really dark brown though, I don't exactly understand what he was referring to.
Well, hopefully Allah will explain intersectionality to them soon.
Anything happen to you?
Not really. I was going to go see Nicki Minaj because I heard she was coming to town, but then I found out it was really just a Nicki Minaj drag queen tribute night. So I went to the pub that it was happening at, and it seemed like every drag queen was white. One of them was quite good, but none of them had pads in their ass, which I thought would have made for a more authentic Nicki Minaj. But I think some people were lazy. One of them did do blackface though.
And you didn't say something?
No, the Queen was the only one who was actually black, so who am I to tell them about their own oppression?
How dark were they? Because it isn't racist if they were as dark or darker than Nicki, only colourist at worst, and colorism is not as bad as racism really, because according to Time magazine it's an entire thing and it permeates culture on absolutely every continent.
Every continent? Even America?
Oh yeah, probably especially America.
Oh, I almost forgot. Justin Bieber tickets go on sale tonight at midnight. I need to call the girls.
Have you guys ever wondered whether there's a profound cultural impact on British activism delivered by way of mainstream media coming from the States, that affects almost every one of the potentially trendy causes that we choose to focus on in the UK, regardless of whether they are particularly relevant to what is actually going on in our nation.
Well, I wouldn't worry too much about that. We're supposed to be like 5 years ahead of the States.
Goddess save the Queen.
All right, that's all we have for today. Tell myself and the actors what you thought of it, and check out their channels.
Their names are Miss Misa, Drunken Uncle, and Irate Bear. Stay tuned.